Thank you for listening to the Court of Public Opinion. We're going to talk about Barbara Bush, daughter of George W. Bush, who is going to be a guest keynote speaker for Planned Parenthood. I have to address some things right off the bat. If you want to influence women positively, you say no to abortion. You're not going to hold their hand, and what possibly could actually either not just end the life of their unborn child, but end their life too. That's the message. It's going to be very strong. It's going to be powerful. Let me tell you how I know this. Because we've heard reports about women dying after an abortion. Severe depression. I mean, we're talking, it will change your life. You might end a life, but it's going to change your life in the process. And who you are matters. And I don't know who the strong influence is, but it's obvious when you look at Barbara Bush, who's extremely influential in the respect that she grew up, in front of the cameras. It's not about her dad. It's not about her mother. I mean, if they believe this, it's a new news to me, okay? But she is an important figure for young women. And irregardless what I think about Barbara Bush, I know the influence that women have on other women. And there is an issue here with women, period. Women influence women, but they're at the end of your life. Are these people going to be there for you? Because are they going to be holding your hand when you're in ICU? Because I'm going to tell you, your friends are your friends, but I saw firsthand where some of our friends caused us to end up, and not intentionally, not always intentional, but there's only so much room we can give to friends. At the end of the day, if you get your kids back, if they survive the peer pressure, they survive all the other stuff, and they don't have to go to school to endure more peer pressure, you're actually trying to be a parent and you're trying to take a stand for your kids. You're not going to cause them to go into places they don't want to be in, and that they won't shriek back when it's time to talk to their parents about something they got themselves in trouble with. Good thing that some of you parents have open relationship enough to talk to your kids about. Really, seriously, I cannot hold your hand, but I can't consciously not discuss something this important. If you make it important, they're not going to roll their eyes at you. They're going to know. You have a strong position on abortion because why? I have a strong position against abortion because I've watched girls that I am close with have their hand held right into the clinic, and they were a disaster afterwards. And I know they know. No matter how much attacks I took in the process, I went all the way and made sure that she wouldn't get that abortion. And she still did. It's her choice. Yes, it is. But that doesn't mean I'm going to sit back and let her make a choice that could actually be a detriment to her life too. See, it's not just about me. It's about her. It's about your best friend. It's about your sister. It's about your mom. You don't want them in a situation where they can't make choices or they can't turn to somebody at such an important time. There are other options than abortion. That's what we're trying to say, okay? So the idea, even after all the controversy of the baby parts that were sold, and there was undercover video, Barbara Bush says that Planned Parenthood is an exceptional organization. Since when is it okay for women to make that kind of quote or statement? I mean, that's how backward it is. There's something wrong here. I mean, have we become so cold that we don't even realize the impact of what her statement is? Exceptional. Exceptional for what? Women's health. I don't know a lot of women that go to Planned Parenthood unless they're getting condoms or maybe like the patch for the birth control. And you know what I've heard about that? That they ended up getting pregnant anyway because they couldn't stay with the patch. So the business is, if you take the patch off and get pregnant, you end up at Planned Parenthood for the abortion anyway. Look at the business. Think of this as a business. This is not about business. The business of baby parts being sold is bigger than the moral, ethical issue. If I was just going to go about this, about, condoning and poo-pooing everybody because you made bad choices, that's one thing. But their bigger problem is they're making cash. They're making bank. And these girls don't even realize they're actually helping in their cause. So your $500 that your boyfriend coughs up, and what kind of boyfriend would cough up $500 to get you an abortion? I'm sorry, okay? Unless you want it too. If this is something you both agree to. But I don't know. You know what a boyfriend would be doing? A real boyfriend should be doing? He should be putting a ring on her finger, so let's get married and let's do this. Even if we decide at one point to put our baby up for adoption. That's what a man should do. If he loves you, he's not going to let you go through this alone. He's going to put a ring on your finger. That's the truth. And that hurts a lot of women. Because if he doesn't, that doesn't mean he doesn't love you. But he needs to stand up as a man, as a father, okay? And there are a lot of young men that are going to become dads today. I don't know if I can honestly tell you, these guys, if you care about your girls, I'm sorry, I just don't buy it. I just don't buy it. If you really care about the girl you're with, you're not going to let her go through this alone. And you're not going to let her go into the abortion clinic. That's my personal opinion. Yeah, this is called the Court of Public Opinion, so we're allowed to have our opinions. This is one place I will allow you guys, even if you disagree with me. I don't want to hurt you with this, but the hard reality for a lot of people is that this person didn't love me. It's possible. I mean, this is something we all have to come to grips with, that nobody loves you that much unless it's Jesus Christ. He's the only one that has died for you, who's willing to sacrifice for you the way. Unless you have somebody that literally puts themselves in danger and dies for you, then literally, that could be argued. Okay? The argument here, though, and when we get back to this, is that Barbara Bush is very influential. And for her to say it's an exceptional organization, I have to argue that. Let's use the word exceptional for a change. The word exceptional is somebody that has high regard, high value, has high status, has morals. And by today's standards, people question people's morals. Everything's in question. But let's look at the real origins of moral behavior, ethics, high standards, moral ethics and high standards. That could be defined. But instead of define it, because I don't have like a dictionary in front of me, but that could be decided like these are high standards in medicine. That means high quality. That could mean like the best facilities ever. Well, we know for a fact that Planned Parenthood doesn't have the best facilities ever. Okay, we've heard story after story where these clinics are, they're prone to disease. There's hazmat issues. Let me see. As far as autoclaving, cleaning utensils, no, they didn't get the grade for this. So, looking at high standards and high morals, you'd think that would be it. But they're not talking about that. They're only going to tell you what they think you want to hear, or what they want to tell you they want you to hear. There's so much going on. There are so many layers to the abortion debate because everything they say can be argued. Women can argue. Men, you guys, I know some of you guys that get together and go to these rallies. It is a hateful act to do this against yourself. So I want to go a step further because this is what I woke up feeling today. We are more self-destructive, more harmful to ourselves. I think we could do more harm to ourselves. And I had a dream. I woke up into a dream where a girl had slashed her face and she had so many stitches on her face. And this is what provoked me, is as soon as I woke up, I saw that image in my eyes that this girl had cut herself, and she cut up her face so much that there were so many stitches. And then I wake up and I'm trying to get my morning started and I'm listening to other couple programs, and then I hear that Barbara Bush is going to be the keynote speaker. And after that dream, knowing how self-destructive women can be towards themselves, we've all been there. All of us have had some issue or another. with our body image, all these things. These are all concerns. And I'm going to address this because I have actually done something called the Style Project. And we're going to get into the deeper topics because, see, there are girls right now, they're going to junior high, they're in grade school. They've been taught this. This is conditioning. No matter how Christian of a parent you are, there is a conditioning happening. It doesn't, you don't know what goes on because your kids aren't there with you. And I've had Christian parents convince me, oh, no. They don't do that. You live in a bubble, okay? And there are a lot of naive young Christian mothers in families that say, no, this doesn't happen. I mean, you need to wake up. Your children are literally being told this, and it's very subtle, this is how it works. And for the church that is showing up, thank you, because you just legitimize exactly what is going on. And you're well aware of what we're up against. There are women that are showing up. They are saying, I'm not going to just sit at home on March 4th. I'm not going to let these women down at the March for Women, hijacked by Madonna or women like her, hijack the message of women, because you know what? While women belong at home, there are women belong out there, and we need to show up. We need to show up in numbers. Unfortunately, there are a lot of people, they think that this isn't their issue. Today, it is their issue. If you have a daughter, if you have a friend, it is your issue. The idea that anyone would call them exceptional after all that has been going on in the public, especially about this. And for the women that are showing up, the lines have been blurred. And there are a lot of people that don't have the ability to be assertive. That's why our voice is loud for them, because there's some people that are just not gifted in making an announcement like this. But I promise you, girls, you need to show up at the MAGA rallies. Okay, the only way you're going to become more bolder, more stronger, and more engaged is when you show up at the rally for women on March 4th, Women for Trump, because I have to tell you, we're going to have to teach people how to have a voice again. They've been talked into things. They believed a lot of things. They were caught up in things. There comes a point when you decide, I might have believed in the pro-choice message, but I believe now in the pro-life. You make a decision. And you know what? You got to hang out with us, or you'll fall back into the trap, okay? You got to hang out with women that care about that message, because when the adversary's showing up in the field and we're not, we need to be there. We need to show up. Our team needs to show up. Listen to more on Coach Dave about showing up. And because there's so many strong opinions, and women do have strong opinions, don't think you're not going in there for a fight. You're not there to fight them physically. You're there to fight in a couple other areas. And we need to teach our girls how to defend themselves and how to stand for themselves, instead of falling into this trap of peer pressure and all the things that come with that, whether it be at school, whether it be out in the playground or hanging out with girls. I mean, there are some girls that are talked into things, and that's not because of the obvious. That's why we need to have a clear message. Thank you.